Well, many times we are told that dreams do come to pass. I didn't believe so until today. Today I'm living one of my dreams, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I can't even say that enough. Last year, one of my friends, the portrait master Ben Edu, he took pictures of a very lovely couple, and I purposed in my heart that I was definitely going to interview them. But around the time, I didn't really have the means to do so. Now I do, and I'm so happy that all things have worked together for us to speak to this amazing couple I've been celebrating all along, and I'm hoping that you can join me celebrate them better. And so, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Caleb Kuda. After this short break, I'm going to introduce my guest to you, and we'll have a blast. Thank you. Okay, so welcome again. My name is Caleb, and my guests are Dr. Samuel Boadi-Siaw and Mrs. Agnes Boadi-Siaw. They've been married for 50 years. I mean, last year you celebrated your 50th marriage anniversary.
Yeah.
Wow, that's remarkable. Congratulations. No, I saw the pictures. They were so beautiful. And I thought that by all means I needed to come and visit you and hear your story and inspire myself and many others. So thank you for welcoming us into your home.
You're welcome.
Great. So just about sometime last week or so, a colleague of mine just asked me if marriage is still worth it. And I told him yes. And my response was merely that we see a lot of bad examples around us. So we are conditioned to think that bad examples are the norm. But there are many beautiful stories that are not being told or that are not celebrated enough. And I think yours is one. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us your story. How did it all start?
Yeah, well, I came to this University of Cape Coast in 1968, 69.
Okay.
And I was fellowshipping with the University Christian Fellowship.
Right.
And so I got to know some of the members, including Agnes, who was a very active member
I see.
of the fellowship at the time.
I see.
And so with time, we got to know each other a little better. And finally, when she was about leaving after completing her course, we felt we should get together.
I see. Was she your senior?
No,
Were you
she
classmates?
was my junior.
Okay. Okay.
That's so.
I see. What about her caught your attention? Because I'm sure in the fellowship there were several other,
Yes, well, her simplicity, her ability to get along with people. She's very outgoing, and though I am a little more
I can see that.
tired. And so, well, as they say, maybe unlike poles attract. So,
I get that.
yes,
I get that.
I found her very beautiful.
Absolutely. Even in her old age, she is.
So, things work together like
Right.
that and we got together.
Right. Tell me about young Samuel. How was he like on campus and those days? I'm not sure you had mobile phones, so how was the communication like? How were things happening?
It was, as you said, mostly during fellowship. And he was, I know he's quiet, but warm
Right.
and could strike a conversation. And so we could talk, and I felt more comfortable in his presence. I mean, when I'm with him.
Ish.
And he could tease me.
Oh,
He
I
can
see.
tease, he's a tease.
I see.
He could tease me, but we just talk. I don't know what talk is, but it's mostly talk.
You got along.
We got
Yeah.
along very well.
Yeah.
And as I said, I felt more comfortable
Yeah.
in his presence. Yes.
So I'm sure you've retired
Yes, long ago.
long ago. But when you observe campus relationships these days and observe the conversations young people who get into relationships, what do you see? How different is it from yours? And just to put your first in there.
Well, I think that these days the young people, they move a little faster. And you see them talking on the phones.
Yeah.
So even, you see, because of the mobile phone, even when they are not together,
They're
they
present.
talking.
Yeah.
So they get to know each other faster.
Right.
And they move faster in that sense. But at the same time, there are new developments that are not so nice, put it that way.
Right.
In the sense that we hear a little more about premarital sex among them.
Right.
But you find also quite a few friends who develop loyalties and married later.
Right.
So you have both
Okay.
of those things.
What are the missing values lately that you think is the contrast between your generation and mine?
The missing value with him, the similar things we had was the spiritual aspect. So we had the same principles.
Right.
We had the same values. And these values, by God's grace, will bring us under His control. So we were moving fast, but under God's control.
Okay.
And it's not like when they are together, the feelings overtake you, because you have a higher power controlling you. And I see that as a major difference.
Okay.
The feelings tend to be more than, should I be blunt, rational thinking.
Okay.
It's possible to be rational.
Right.
But
While in love,
yes,
you can be in love and be rational.
yes.
They say
Because,
love is blind or something.
but
Your own was not blind.
no. Sam and I, we always say, love is not blind during courtship.
I see.
During courtship is when you put and shine your eyes.
See.
And love becomes blind after you have put on the ring,
Okay.
where it is for better, for worse.
Right.
But during the knowing of each other, that's when you look and you check, you feel with prayer. And there are things that you have to look out for. And if those things do not agree with your viewpoint in life, that's when, with yourself, you need to apply the brakes with prayer.
I see.
Because if those things are there, and you are saying that, oh, he will change, I bet you it's not.
Nothing is going to change. In fact, I've spoken to some friends, male friends, asked them if the ladies they were dating are the same they married. I mean, after they've married, like this person you knew while dating, is she the same when you got married? And the two guys, they almost said in unison, no! What changes?
Yeah.
Is there any change after marriage?
Yes, of course, physically, for instance, there will be changes.
Okay.
And if you marry just for the physical thing alone, then you have problems,
I see.
obviously. But also, we grow and we change, of course, as students and lecturers. We learn new situations, we come into new situations, and these tend to have an effect on us. And therefore, we expect that as we go on, we will be changing. And therefore, if you don't have the mind that this is not something that is just an experiment. I go into it, it works, and I leave. But you are committed because this is a covenant that you have made before God. Then when the changes come, then you don't say, well, I give up.
Okay.
But rather work at it, pray about it, and see that you work things out.
Okay. So
change and decay. And how to see? Changing, decay. And all around I see.
changes and decay.
Yeah.
All around.
God
I see.
who changes not.
Oh, I don't know this name.
Abide with me.
Oh, I know that one. I'm fine with it. So the question about change came up because then the conversation was that, I mean, when you're dating them, they're different. Suddenly you marry them and they're showing you different colors.
That is where you have to shine your eyes.
Before that, okay.
So that, we know of cases where people were in a relationship, they were courting, there were issues.
Yeah.
And in some cases, they were able to think through and say, okay, there is this issue, but am I able to live with it the rest of my life or not? And that is where you have to be looking at and asking yourself questions, thinking about it before you enter.
But sometimes you say when the emotions come into the equation, it's hard to actually decipher and then make a tough decision along those lines.
Yeah, and that is where I think we want to warn people not to allow their emotions to crowd their
judgment. When you do that, they say you are not romantic.
Yeah, well,
that's what your daughters have been saying.
You can be romantic
and
be realistic.
Romantic but realistic.
Yes.
I like that.
I mean, I love you, but when I go to your house, I see the way you treat mommy. It's not the way I would like to be treated.
Right.
I love you, but the way you talk to Papa, it's not the way I would even want my children, our future children, to talk to you.
Wow.
So how will it be when we meet together? And it's not like I haven't talked with you. I said, oh, Sam, when we're going to your house, I'm not happy at this. And if it's and you continue love is blind.
It means that you are ready for war.
Yes.
You are ready for Russia to invade your Ukraine.
You went to visit.
Okay.
Papa is always striking.
Yeah.
Either verbally or physically.
Always there's action.
There's action.
Okay.
And maybe but he has other features.
Yeah.
So he will change.
Yeah.
But that is what you found. That is how he has been brought up in. Or God forbid, there's drunkenness. And even the man will say, when I grow up, I won't do it. But you sit with him, what measures is he putting in place to ensure that he doesn't go the way of his father? Even though we are Christians, we should be realistic. What measures am I taking in place to prevent this from happening?
So if you don't see those clear signs, it should be enough red flag for you.
Yes.
And you have also smartly told us without saying that you should watch the person, the way they relate to their parents, because that's how they're going to be dealing with you. Right? I see.
We're talking about one case where a lady and a gentleman were in a relationship. And anytime the man goes to this lady's room, he found that the lady throws her things about on the bed.
Everywhere.
Anytime.
Wig is on the bed. Makeup is there. Everything is
special.
Even
the old roof is there. So the bed is more or less the wardrobe, as it were. And so this was something that he was worried about because everything
right
set.
Like him.
I see.
So he they talked about it, and he didn't see any real change.
Okay.
But he thought to himself about it. Is this something I can't do anything about? Is this something I can live with,
Right.
for instance? And in the end, he decided, yeah, I can live with it. If
Okay.
it's necessary, I will make the bed.
Because other things will make up for that.
Yes, because so other things, sorry. But another issue which came up between two other people was the way that the gentleman would eat
Okay.
with the mouth open and tap, tap, tap.
Oh, Yehovah.
And the girl
It was a turn off.
he thought about it. For about 2-3 years, they were moving together and nothing was happening.
Right.
They were not talking. And so they asked the lady, why? And she explained this one.
Oh, did you
And she couldn't stand it. So in the end, they had to part,
Okay.
peacefully though.
Right.
But both have got married
I see.
to different
To
people.
their different.
Yeah.
I see.